Alright, it's August 23rd, 2025, 6:52 a.m. on the eastern side. Could be western. We flip them poles. You already know what time it is. Hashtag Lost Souls Tarot. Alright, so I got to do some things later. That's why I'm on here a little bit earlier. But we're going to go ahead and do The Mirror Has Spoken. I'm just shuffling up my decks really quick before we tap into our energy read. We made it through the new moon, right? Shout out to anyone that stayed up and did their divination, whether you were cleaning, whether you were studying, whether you were resting. Shout out to you all who acknowledged the new moon, right? And you took advantage of it in the most positive way that you could. It's still here, y'all. And it was pitch black out there. I think they call it the black moon. It was pitch black out there. Even with the lights, like street lights and lights around the buildings and things like that, it was pitch black out there. Pitch black. All right, so let me put that to the side. Before we even get started, declutter your home. Declutter your home. All right. All right. What we call y'all collective. All right, collective. Let's see what kind of energy read we're going to get out here. We're going to do the Mirror Has Spoken spread. Okay, we're going to pull the first 4 cards, which will be your foundational cards. Right, the next 9 cards is going to play out a story. Okay, so much love to you all. Let's give it a good shuffle. I always shuffle all the time, even if I'm not doing tarot. I shuffle, right? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. All right, let's cut it in half. Bottom card is King of Swords. The King of Swords, we're leading off with the King of Swords as your bottom card. King of Swords. All right, let's get the others. Let's rock and roll, y'all. King of Swords. Okay. Okay. We got the Empress. The Empress. I'm going to put these other cards back. Too many came out. If they come back out, they come back out. So we got the King of Swords. We got the Empress. Okay. The Lovers. Okay, we got the King of Swords, we got the Empress, and we got the Lovers. Where is this going? Ooh. Ooh. Time out. So we got the Knight of Cups that came in reverse after the Lovers. Okay, and then also the Page of Swords, which is your 5th card, came in reverse. Okay. The Hermit. The Hermit. All right, we're going to take all that. It came up, right? Okay. 6 of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. Card number 8. Card number 9. Queen of Cups. We got 4 more cards to go. We started off with 4, and we're going to end with our last 4. Not taking that. It just fell out my hand, right? All right. So we got this card here that fell out. And that is the 6 of Swords. Okay. Okay, we got the... We'll take these last 3 cards here. Six of Wands, the Sun, and the Four of Pentacles. All right, so let's get it in and see what we are. Let's see what the universe, our spirit guides, and our angel guides are telling us within this message. Right? All right, so we got King of Swords, the Empress, the Lovers, right? The Lovers. Some of these lovers been tripping out here in these tarot streets, huh? Knight of Cups in reverse. How about, I didn't know that this was considered a card game, right? Until I did some research last night on tarot. And yes, Four of Pentacles. This is actually a card game. It was a card game that was developed like in the, I believe it was the 17th century. We got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. And then they weaponized it, reversed, integrated it with a lot of trick card games, okay, where they were able to manipulate the cards. You got the 9, which is the Hermit, excuse me, the Hermit. Card number 9 is the Hermit. 6 of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. Had to get my spray bottle real quick. 7 of Swords. Cats be jumping on the counter and stuff like that. Yesterday, Simba knocked down my plant. Didn't appreciate that. Queen of Cups. 6 of Swords. Six of Wands. And the Sun. Wait. I think the Sun came before the Six of Wands. Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's get it. All right, co-pilot. Ah, yes. The mirror has spoken, and it is singing in full harmony with the new moon's hush and your radiant rising. Okay, collective? This spread is a symphony of truth, sovereignty, and soul's evolution. All right, so let's get ready to decode what this transmission is telling us, okay? All right, let's get into it. Mind and truth. All right, you're being asked to cut through noise. The King of Swords brings clarity, discernment, and divine logic. But the reversed page warns of misinformation, gossip, or immature communication. This is a call to speak with integrity and listen with discernment. Not every voice deserves a seat at your altar, okay, collective? So let's get into it. The Empress and the Queen. All right, the Empress and the Queen of Cups together. That's womb, wisdom, and emotional sovereignty. The collective is being nourished by the feminine through creativity, intuition, and sacred rest. This is a time to birth new visions, honor softness, and trust the inner tides. Your rituals are the medicine. Stick to your rituals, okay, guys? All right, relationships and soul contracts. The Lovers and the Knight of Cups, reverse. Told y'all about these lovers that we've been hearing about in these streets and tarot. The lovers bring divine union, but the reverse Knight of Cups warns of illusions or emotional immaturity. The collective is being asked to reassess who and what we're merging with. Are we choosing from soul or from scarcity? Sacred. Scarcity. Let the new moon cleanse false connections. All right, so now we got resources and boundaries, which is the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. This pairing speaks of energetic reciprocity. The Four of Pentacles show the fear of loss, while the Six of Pentacles reminds us that giving and receiving must be balanced. The collective is learning to release control and trust divine flow. Generosity must be sacred, not sacrificial, okay? Shadow and revolution, the Seven of Swords and the Hermit. Secrets are surfacing. The Seven of Swords reveals deception, whether internal or external. The Hermit says, go inward. Seek truth in solitude. All right? So you're being guided to see what's been hidden and reclaim what's been stolen, especially soul fragments and ancestral wisdom. And it's okay for us to shut the fuck up while we doing it. I'm going to take that to myself. Path forward. Six of Wands and the Sun and the, Six of Swords, the Sun, and the Six of Wands. Now this trio is pure ascension. The Six of Swords show transition, leaving behind pain, patterns, and people that no longer serve you, right? The Sun brings joy, clarity, and divine illumination. The Six of Wands, victory. The collective is moving into radiance, recognition, and rebirth. Congratulations, y'all. All right, so you're shedding illusions, reclaiming truth, and rising into divine visibility. All right, so we are not just healing, we are remembering. We are not just surviving, we are sovereign. The mirror has spoken, and it is time to walk in our light unapologetically. All right, so that's what's up. We're now at 12 minutes and 42 seconds. I'm going to leave the mirror has spoken here. All right, I rebuke all spells, rituals, and castings that are not of the highest frequencies of source love consciousness that may have been projected my way on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. Anything and everything that I am connected to, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and ethereally, all are protected. All is transmuted into whatever the fuck they sent to us, and then we send it back to this source. We are sovereign and free. Any agreements and contracts that we may have agreed to while we were being on lower paradigms of existence of consciousness, they are all cut and ended on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. We are sovereign, we are sovereign, we are sovereign. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. We rebuke all spells, rituals, and castings that are not of the highest frequencies of source love consciousness that may have been projected our way on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. Anything and everything that I am connected to, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and ethereally, all are protected. All is transmuted into love, and then is sent back to its source. We are sovereign and free. Any agreements and contracts that we may have agreed to while we were being on lower paradigms of existence of consciousness, they are all cut and ended on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. We are sovereign, we are sovereign, we are sovereign. It is done, it is done, it is done. And so it is. One more time for the gang time, because you know you got to say things in repetition of 3, 6, or 9. We rebuke all spells, rituals, and castings that are not of the highest frequencies of source love consciousness that may have been projected our way on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. Anything and everything that we are connected to, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and ethereally, they are all protected. All is transmuted into whatever the fuck they sent to us, and then we send it back to their source. We are sovereign and free. Any agreements and contracts that we may have agreed to while we were being on lower paradigms of existence of consciousness, they are all cut and ended on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. We are sovereign. We are sovereign. We are sovereign. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And so it is.